Can you get over here, mate, or have a look in there and have a look how the comb is between them? Careful. Sorry, little bees, I'm going steady. Okay, what we might do... No, that's fine, because what we'll do, give ourselves a little bit of room. There's nothing on there. Really get started. Okay. So this one here, oh hello, we've already started on this frame.
Yep. So you'll be careful it doesn't break the comb.
Yeah, I know. So I'm very careful. They've started their own comb. I'll see that. Be careful because they'll all, yeah, they're fanning it like I think there's a fire. Oh, what's that one? Oh, that one was sticking its head in like it was trying to put nectar in. Oh, it's trying to eat whatever's in there. But obviously there's actually nothing in there. Don't not too much. You can hear them getting upset. So we'll just very carefully drop that back in. And I'll move this frame across. It just gives us a bit of space.
Yeah, a bit more boisterous than they usually are.
Yeah, it's because it's getting to be a bigger hive.
The other ones started hatching out.
Oh yeah, they have.
That he gave us.
Come on. And under there. And on there. Yeah, they're all going for the honey. They're all going for the honey at the moment because they can smell the smoke. If I turn this around, you see just there on the top row how they're sticking their heads in and they're licking up all the honey and the nectar. That's because we smoked them. So they think there's a fire, so they're trying to feed. It calms them down. That's why you smoke them. Not that we really like to smoke them, but that's what we do. So gently put that back in without squishing any bees. Oh well, please move. I'm not squishing anyone.
One little space, just let you know.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, Geoff, just to that's one of his frames.
Yeah, that's got brood.
Yeah, there's brood on this side, it's capped.
Yeah, looks like they got a couple of. There's a larva in this side that isn't capped. Oh, they are. Wow, there's a lot more bees in there now. I don't see the queen. But I think we're going to have trouble spotting her this time because of the amount of bees. They're pretty packed.
May have to respace these a little too. Give them a little squirt in the front of the hive there, yeah? That'll do. Over here, mate, the smoke just here. Yeah, and now just do the same thing on the other side. It just gets them away, so I'm not going to squish them.
It's much easier doing it to people. That looks like it's full of honey. Oh yeah, it's got brood and honey in there.
Yeah, it's just capped along the bottom.
They've got uncapped honey on the edges. Looks like it's...
Don't see the queen at the moment. That is a lot of brood on that side and a little bit of honey in the top.
Yep. There's a little bit of honey in the top corner here as well.
Good job at hiding.
calm bees, really.
They are actually quite calm considering what we're doing. Maybe we'll get a queen here.
It looks like it's all worker comb too.
Let's work a comb.
Got some honey up the top here.
Bit of honey there. They're sticking their heads in there. Always put the honey at the top.
There's the queen.
Found her?
On the other side, Trev.
Okay.
Roughly towards the
As
middle.
long as you guys have got photo of
She's
her.
gone now.
On now. Oh, there she is. Just down here towards the bottom. She's just sneaking under some bees. She's coming down towards the bottom of the frame there.
There she is.
Right in the middle there, where
Right there.
Jeff's finger is. There she is.
That's it.
She's not a big queen, but she's definitely a queen.
Yep.
She's checking the cells, working out which ones she can lay in.
And it looks like we've all got worker comb too. There doesn't seem to be any
There's no drone
drone
comb,
comb, which is good. Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Although, that looks like a queen cell.
Oh, that could be too.
That's a queen cell on
Where?
the bottom.
Oh,
Right there.
because it's big.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
That's
I'll
an
get a
emergency
photo.
queen cell. In case you need it.
That's alright.
Where'd she go?
Up here.
Up there somewhere? Yep,
Yeah, there she is.
I mean, they're not in any hurry. I mean, they may never use that cell, but it's there ready.
If they need it.
Yeah, if they need it.
That's good.
They may never use it. Or if we take her off here, we can put this frame with all the brood
Oh, in another box.
in another box, and you can start another box. Okay, girls, hang on, and I'll put your little queen back. Now, this one here.
Oh. Oh, they made a bit of progress on that.
If I bring this around in the middle, there's a bee with its head all the way in the comb, and it's just coming out, and there's another one underneath. I can hold this right. You have a look. Somewhere just here. Come on, girls, out of the way. Come on. See there? There's what's that in there, Jeff? In the middle, right in my finger. Is there a bit of a bee or something in there?
In there, I can't see. Oh, it might be. Hope it's not a beetle. I can't tell.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bee. I think they're feeding it. I think it's a bee.
Or a baby bee.
I'm not 100% sure on that. It looks like there's pollen in these. These ones down here got pollen in them.
Right.
Smoke a little bit?
Yeah, just
Oops, that's cell.
that's it, that's it.
Oh, they're starting to.
Well, whatever's there is gone. Nothing there now.
You can see the different colour in the comb.
Yeah, well, see, that's pollen, I think, in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pollen. You can see it's pollen.
Yeah. I think it might have been a bee trying to get it. Oh, hello, little girl. Sorry, am I annoying you? Alright, no, she's fine. Won't do anything.
Probably working on the comb or putting something in there, maybe pollen or something.
Now, how many frames did you actually have in here, Jeff? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
So is this only an 8 frame?
This is an 8 frame.
Right.
They mostly are 8 frames.
No, the end ones I haven't started on, so I'm just going to move that back there, just for now. Very slowly bring these back across. There's the propolis around the end here, so I know where the frame's meant to go. So you can see where it's been sitting. See where all the propolis is? That's where the frames are actually sitting, because they put all the propolis around there. So if I push all the frames up close together, when the bees get out of the way, good girl, come on, move. Not squashing any of you. I'll move these across without squishing any bees. If I keep them close together, we won't get that cross comb. Where's the beetle thing go?
Between the frames.
Oh,
Just sit in here like that.
oh, so it's got to have space because you're supposed to put the frames all close together.
Well, maybe we can stick it at one end. I just thought I'd just throw one in just to see.
Alright, so what I want to do is keep all these close together.
Yeah,
this
keep
is,
them all
this is
together.
where all the brood that is. Okay, this is going to be a problem here. So, come on, little girl. Because we've got this comb between them here on these sides, we have to take some. Just got to see if I can get them together, that's all. Come on, little girl. You too. Come on, move. Come on, move. Come on, Smokey. Together because I'm going to squish the bees. Okay, he's had these frames too far apart and they've built cells out too far. Yes, I know I'm annoying you. Come on, little girl. Probably.
I'll have to pull that tray out too,
Which tray?
under the hive. Do you want some smoke down there? What do you reckon?
There it is. Not so much in the middle, just on the ends. Yeah, around this end so I can get them away from here. That's it. The problem is it started along here. Just smoke along there for a sec. That'll do. Now see how they're joined across?
Yeah.
So the frames have been too far apart.
Here, Sam. Sam. Sam.
Okay. Now this one they're working. Look what they've done in
It's
here.
down
Can you
there.
see this, Roland?
Got the.
Because we moved the frame away, they've made like a little bridge of bees trying to hang on to that frame. So we'll move this one back over. Okay, hang on, I've got some more propolis to see. Oh, she's pissed. Sorry, I just knocked her off and she hit the bottom of the hive.
Make a bridge again.
Yeah, I know. They've made that bigger there because there's actually no comb on this one. That's why these are expanded on the edges. Okay, now if I get this one back in here.
We might put a bee trap in between these two frames.
Well, that's what I'm looking at. So, you want to put it just here.
Put that in.
So,
That's not too bad.
I've got the same gap here, and I'll just move this one across. It's not quite. Oh, too far. Just want to keep the frames
Even.
pretty close together where they should be.
That's going to be a little bit harder because of the beetle trap.
Yeah,
But
but
I just want to
see, I'm just trying to keep the propolis marks lined up close
Yeah.
to where he had them. But see, this one here is further apart, and that's why they've built the wax out so far. You've got to keep the frames up close. I almost reckon you could put another frame in. Frames with a bit more wax on them, and the two outer ones they still haven't started, which is normal.
On, which I'm assuming they're probably going to start on pretty soon because this one here is pretty. They get further.
Well, it's getting a fair bit, but I don't think they'll start the next until that brood
starts hatching.
Once that brood is hatching, and they've got more and more workers, they will build more and more comb because she'll want to then to lay more, and they're also going to be out foraging for their food.
Different colours, like that's really dark.
Yeah.
And these are like golden. These are really dark, golden.
Yeah.
So what are they, the newer ones, the golden ones?
I think it also depends on how he actually did this nuke box, because he could have put
different
he could have put a frame of brood from a different one in,
yeah.
just to get it started, because
Well,
the one that he
did.
put in with the queen might have had like a little bit more honey in it,
Right.
which is probably that main one we've seen with all the honey on the top.
Yeah.
So you probably find they've now started eating a lot of that from when they were there to when they got here to when they're foraging and making them more honey, and they've started eating all that honey, and now they're making space for more babies because they've already got cells there where they can put a little bit of pollen and honey in along the tops of all of them, and then they're starting to make this comb on this one here as well as that one, and there's already honey starting to be put in those, or well, it's nectar, it's not honey yet. So you'll probably find that the reason you got the different coloured bees is he's probably pulled one frame of brood from one hive,
he has.
shaken all the bees off,
yeah,
and put it in. So, and then he's put the queen with her own brood in, and then maybe another frame from another one, and he's shaken all of the queen's bees into here, and then sealed it up. Because what you do, if you get a swarm, say he has a swarm and it ends up in one of the trees and you come and call us, if we had another box, what you can do is you shake off, you find one of these without the queen, shake all their bees off, that it's got brood on it, so you got no bees on it, put a new frame in and shut it up, take that brood, go over and the swarm's in a tree, put that into the tree with the swarm, and because there's brood, the bees will automatically go to it because they want to protect it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have to be their brood, it's brood, they'll protect it. And the queen will go on there and she'll start to try and lay eggs. So if you leave it there for an hour and you have another box, you pick it up and find the queen's there, you put it into the box with all your empty frames, they just start another hive instead of staying in the tree if you happen to capture it. So you can take brood from any beehive and get a swarm and capture it and have yourself another whole new one. What you can also do, which I found out I didn't know, I always thought you had to get a queen from someone, or
they make their own
they make
queen.
the queen cell and you get another one.
Yeah, they make their own queen.
Well, what you can do is, if you happen to have bees and they don't have one, if they've got the real baby larva, same as the native bee, they will turn it into a queen cell. They will make one or 5 or 6 of them into new queens. And then the new queens will hatch, do their mating fight, and they'll come back and they'll fight each other to the death until one of them takes over. So you could put, if you happen to have if you have a hive that the queen's died, and there's like no new brood, but they've got a lot of drone brood, you take all the drone brood out, you put all empty frames in so they can build, and you get a frame from your other hive with all young larvae, shake them all off and put that in there. They'll automatically turn some of them into queens by the time, and you leave it shut for 2 weeks, and then you go back and check it, and by then they probably have mated and you've got a new queen. If you haven't, you do the same thing again. You get another frame out of a hive that's got a queen, shake all the bees off, make sure you've only got larvae, put it in, seal it up, wait 2 weeks, come back, check it, and then you may have a new queen. It may take two or three times, but you'll end up with your own queen. And the thing is, if you have a good queen like this one where they're quiet and calm, those genetics go into the new hive, even if they have bad genetics and they're bad bees, because that queen is now laying, all her offspring are good. The other bees are actually good because they're good defenders. So if you have a really nasty hive, but you manage to put your good brood in with a good queen, they'll obviously accept it because they've got brood and they look after it. You'll end up with nice brood out of it, but all the ones that are in there until the new brood start hatching are going to be really, really good defenders, so that hive won't get attacked. So if they've got like beetle and that in there, they'll chase them all out. They'll kill them all. They chase them out, or they build them into the corners into propolis.
You haven't checked your bottom thing.
So you're going to check your bottom?
Yeah, well, I'll put this back on.
Yeah, you can do that. Well, you're going to smoke her. Is this the top or the bottom?
That's the top.
That's the top, yeah. So if we smoke her, we'll put her there.
Put you making now.
Yeah, no, she'll go in. See, she's going to
That's right.
Oh, that's all right, she'll go. You're all right, just wait.
She's a little confused.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll just put this here.
I'll just...
Get on the landing board.
So has that got wet, Jeffrey?
Hmm?
Has that lid got wet?
A little bit of moisture.
You might have to paint it or something.
No, you usually don't have to. Pop off this tool, will you? Come on. Give her a smoke. Leave her, and she'll go back in the hive, hopefully. Do you want to check your bee trap or whatever? Hang on, let me pick her up. Come, little girl. Get back in there. Get in the hive. She probably is, actually. She's having an issue, this bee. She's having a bit of an issue, this one. You're not even trying to sting me. Go back in your box. Go into the shade.
She'll sort herself out.
She will if she ever gets off my finger. No, no, she's right. There you go. And you just find your hole and go in your little hole. Go in your little hole. Right now. There you go. She went in the hole. Alright, what are you doing here? Alright. I'll do like this to get it out.
I reckon they're beetles.
They are, and the bees have chased them in there probably. That's good because and there's a couple of dead bees, that happens. And there's a bit of water in there as well, and some moths and stuff. You can either change the oil
yeah, we'll tip
or...
this out and put fresh oil in.
Yeah, but that's good, that means the trap's working. See, all those beetles, if they were in the native hive, they'll actually capture them, they'll put propolis on them, and then they just build them into the structure. Which is technically what the bees do, but what these bees do is they actually push them into the corners and propolis them into the corners. So if you check all your corners, it's all dark and black. It's all full of beetle.
All right.
Where they've killed them because they've put them into the propolis. That's
So
what the native bee does
those
as well.
beetles would have come from where?
Out of the ground, from up there. He's probably got it full of them in those.
Yeah.
They're probably full of beetle. The other fella's got. Just noticed Jeffrey hasn't actually got this on here properly. Did you know that?
I reckon somebody's been at it.
Somebody has too.
Don't forget it doesn't square up.
No, leave it. It's just how it is. It won't. It's not squaring anyway.
Yeah, but this is nowhere near even square, Jeffrey.
It was alright how it was.
No, it's not.
You won't get it even close. It's impossible.
It's close.
Just
Make it a little.
that's it. That's as good as you're going to get it, man. Believe me.
This is really bad.
Yeah, it won't get any better. That's how it is. The whole thing is not straight.
Happy now, George?
You're doing alright. No, they're going great going.
Other way, Trev. Other way.
It's on him. Ash. On that one.